Good morning. We're going to start the press conference. Good morning to each and every one of you. Tomorrow in the Senate Safety Public Committee, I will introduce legislation to ban the sale, the manufacture, the purchase, and trafficking of plastic and self-assembled firearms, also known as ghost guns, in California. Advances in technology, specifically 3D printers using digital blueprints, can now make plastic, fully functional guns that can slip through metal detectors and X-ray machines in airports and elsewhere. The threat is real. We're even beginning to see an emerging industry and market for ghost guns. They are being produced without serial numbers or records of sale. No one knows that they exist until after a crime has been committed. The firearms are called ghost guns because they do not have serial numbers and the owners have not undergone a background check. Because nobody even knows that they exist. Also, 3D printed guns may have detachable metal pieces and be slipped past metal detectors. New technology that makes manufacturing guns available to the general public also raises questions about whether homemade guns are made by dangerous individuals. To be legal under SB 808, the measure that I will be introducing tomorrow in the Senate Public Safety Committee, ghost guns will have to be registered with the Department of Justice through a serial number and a gun owner background check. In order to receive a serial number, the self-made or assembled firearm must include permanent, let me underscore, permanent metal parts that cannot be detached and that can be detected by metal detectors. In December, just last month, Congress refused to update the 10-year extension of the Undetectable Firearms Act and address this emerging threat of 3D guns. Simply put, if Congress is not going to protect the public, we will. The threat is broader than 3D guns. We need to make sure that homemade guns do not fall into the hands of dangerous criminals and the mentally unstable. With that, I want to show the process for creating a ghost gun, which is quite shockingly simple. If you can just focus on this piece of metal right now. This piece of metal is the engine of a gun. The guns that you see right up here, semi-automatic weapons as well as automatic weapons and sniper automatic weapons, the engine, the heart to those guns specifically, is this piece of metal. This is called the lower receiver. And this can be purchased online. It can be purchased at gun stores. It can be purchased at county fairs when they have gun expos. We have one this weekend, Cal Expo in Sacramento. It can be purchased obviously in Reno, Nevada, Las Vegas, Laughlin, Phoenix, Arizona. This again is the engine to the high-powered and semi-automatic assault weapons that you see displayed here today. With that, the lower receiver, an individual can buy this $80 to $100 online. This doesn't have a serial number, and it doesn't require a background check. All the person has to do is secure this jig, go to someone who has a drill press, you insert this lower receiver into this jig, you go to someone who has a drill press, and God knows throughout the state of California, especially my district and industrial areas, you can go easily to any drill bit and make the holes necessary. Once you make the holes necessary, it becomes this. This is the lower receiver, again, the engine. And then the engine becomes this. This is the difference between one block, which creates a ghost gun of metal, and the actual engine itself. We have here a semi-automatic weapon, which is illegal in the state of California. Nonetheless, this has a serial number. This weapon right here can be detected. By law enforcement, but specifically through the Department of Justice, where the purchase was made specifically and by whom. This is a gun that was manufactured by a gun manufacturer. With the purchase of this lower receiver online through the internet, you can go on YouTube, and you can create this illegal weapon. This is a ghost gun. This right here has ability with a .30 caliber clip to disperse with 30 bullets within half a second. .30 magazine clip in half a second. This was not manufactured with a legitimate gun manufacturer, either in the United States or in another country. This was actually made illegally in someone's garage. And this was also, my understanding, used in a crime in the state of California. We have this weapon, which is an automatic sniper weapon. That is used by our troops in the military in Afghanistan. Again, this is a weapon, is a ghost gun. No serial number. You cannot trace it. It's undetectable. You don't know who purchased it. You don't know who made it. It starts again with the lower receiver. And that is the difference between an automatic weapon that is a legally purchased weapon with a serial detectable number by the Department of Justice in the event if it's utilized in a crime, and a high-powered assault weapon sniper version used by our troops in Afghanistan, patterned after the AR-15, commonly used by U.S. military. This weapon is illegal. It's a ghost gun. It's been used in crimes and cannot be detected to the manufacturer or to the owner of this weapon. Again, let me highlight and underscore again with the jig, a simple piece of metal that can be purchased lawfully. You take the jig, go through a drill press, you create the necessary conditions. You purchase the barrel protector, the stock, and the other components necessary for the trigger and the trigger release. Again, this is the engine that drives the semi-automatic and automatic weapon. Without it, it doesn't function. It doesn't work. And this can be purchased separate pieces and assembled quite easily in garages throughout the state of California, and it has been. So with that, I'd like to bring up a good friend. One more thing, a couple things actually. These guns already exist because they're in the hands of criminal felons, gang members, drug cartels, as well as the mentally ill. Just last year, in June 2013, John Zawahiri killed 5 people in Santa Monica. Those individuals were Marcela Franco, her father, Carlos Franco, as well as Margarita Gomez. He also killed his father and his brother using a homemade gun, a ghost gun.